upcoming events.
Who is this?
Someone who knows your little family's secret.
Recently, Entertainment Weekly dropped a bombshell that Hayden Panettiere would be officially back as Kirby Reed in Scream 7. That's right, the fan favorite cinephile turned FBI agent is returning, but that got me wondering, why would Kirby Reed's return in Scream 7 be kept a secret? Is it a red herring, or is it true? And if it's true, who else could be returning in the next film? With all the behind-the-scenes drama, cast members walking away, a revolving door of directors, and rewrites galore, it feels like anything is possible at this point. And now, whispers of legacy characters returning are spreading like wildfire. Today on the Pop 5, we're not chasing rumors, we're just diving into theories, grounded in franchise logic, patterns, and twisted storytelling DNA that defines the Scream universe. These aren't leaks, they aren't spoilers, they are educated guesses built on clues, foreshadowing, and decades of meta-horror history. So grab your popcorn because this countdown might just cut deeper than you think as we explore 5 theories about returning legacy characters who could return in Scream 7. Let's start with someone who's been lurking quietly in the shadows. Martha Meeks, sister of Randy, mother of Mindy and Chad, and a symbol of the Scream family tree that has kept the meta-torch burning. But what happens when the rules don't save you anymore? What if Martha Meeks returns in Scream 7 as one of the killers? But she's not aligned with the Ghostface we meet in the first half of the film. We know her as Randy's sister, a minor but heartfelt character who carried his legacy forward by raising 2 horror-smart kids, Chad and Mindy. But what happens when those rules don't apply to her anymore, or the kids themselves? After possibly losing both of her children in the opening or midpoint of the movie, and remember, both Mindy and Chad have already had miraculous survivals, Martha snaps. Consumed by grief, it soon festers into rage at the endless cycles of Ghostfaces. The Meeks family has been a moral compass for this franchise, and taking one of them down a dark path would be an ultimate subversion. She puts on a Ghostface mask not to join the other killers, but to end the game. Her motive isn't fame or revenge, it's delusion, believing that killing Sidney is the only way to break the curse consuming Woodsboro. And in true Scream irony, Martha becomes the very thing that Randy feared the most, a killer that knows all of the rules, so much so that they can break them. It's poetic. It's very Scream. Sidney Prescott's father, Neil, has been missing from the story for decades. And while a deleted scene from Scream 4 supposedly mentions his death,
So, you going to Sid's book signing?
Has she ever been to one of mine?
I think it'd be really nice if you did. Her first time back since her dad died.
that moment never made the final cut, meaning that in film canon, Neil Prescott is still alive, which opens up the door to this next theory, Neil Prescott returning to be the film's opening kill. Imagine it, the movie opens with a quiet evening in Woodsboro, an older Neil sitting alone, trying to live his final years in peace. The phone rings, and that voice says,
"It's been a long time, Mr. Prescott. Is your daughter home?"
His brutal death becomes the trigger that pulls Sidney out of hiding. It's not just shocking, it's symbolic. Ghostface going after the father of the final girl is the ultimate message that no one is safe, not even the ghost of the past. The original trilogy began and ended with Sidney's family legacy. To complete her arc, it makes sense to begin the final chapter or chapters with her last surviving connection being ripped away. And just like Scream 3 used Maureen Prescott's ghost as an emotional driver in Sidney's story, Scream 7 can do the same thing and mirror that structure by turning Neil's death into a symbolic closing of the Prescott chapter.
The head.
What?
You have to shoot them in the head, or they always come back.
Dewey, who gives a fuck?
I do.
No, Dewey!
Here's where things get truly meta. Dewey Riley, everyone's favorite bumbling hero that died in Scream 2022. Or did he? Think about it. After Dewey is gutted in the hospital, we only see one body bag leaving the scene, but there were two bodies. There was a cop in the hallway whose throat was slit. What if the body in the body bag that we saw wasn't his? I know it's far-fetched, sure, but so was him surviving multiple stabbings across the entire franchise. In a film franchise obsessed with fake-outs and resurrections, Dewey's death could easily be another meta-commentary, especially if he returns as an hallucination, or even a twist villain born from survivor's guilt. Now, our last two films hovered around hauntings, emotional and literal. Sam was haunted by her father, and Sidney is haunted by her legacy.
Where'd you go?
Oh, this isn't Amber. I'm the other one.
Oh, there's two of you. Again. I've seen this movie before.
And Dewey? He's the embodiment of everything that Woodsboro has lost. Imagine Sidney returning to town, visiting the old police station, and hearing his voice on an old tape recorder or a message recorded before his death. It's kind of a gut punch callback this series loves. Number 2 takes us to the asylum theory that is said to be in the Scream 7 trailer that has yet to be released at the time of this recording. Maybe in that asylum we don't find Stu, but instead we find Jill Roberts. Sidney's cousin and Ghostface mastermind from Scream 4 is alive and institutionalized and ready to return in Scream 7. Now let's talk about the evidence. Jill was electrocuted, yes, and she was also shot. But according to the European Journal of Cardiothoracic Surgery, yes, we're going medical here, the mortality rate for a gunshot wound to the chest ranges from 14 to 36%. Now, Jill was already in the hospital when she got the defibrillator to the head and then the gunshot to the chest. So immediate care could have been applied to her to save her life. And in Scream 7, Sidney and Gail go to visit the asylum to confront someone from their past. And while we're all led to believe that it's Stu, instead, the reveal is Jill. Picture it, Jill, restrained and still obsessed with the fame that never was.
My friends? What world are you living in? I don't need friends. I need fans. Don't you get it? This has never been about killing you. It's about becoming you.
The original influencer killer fighting a blood legacy. This would be the most Scream-like parallel imaginable. And now for the big one. The theory that could flip the entire franchise upside down. What if Samantha Carpenter, our new final girl, finally becomes the killer? Now I know, Melissa was fired, but what if that was all a red herring? Or what if Spyglass apologized and they forked out some of the cash for her? It wouldn't be unheard of. Just think of the Fast and Furious franchise with The Rock returning and all that beef with Vin Diesel. After years of trauma, being haunted by her father's voice, and hunted by new ghost faces, Sam's psyche fractures completely. She gives in to the darkness that Billy Loomis left inside her.
Never fuck with the daughter of a serial killer.
And in this theory, the final act of Scream 7 reveals that Sam was one of the killers all along. A split personality driven by Billy's voice. The hallucination wasn't just a ghost, it was her other self.
Are you gonna run away from who you are like you always do, or are you gonna use it?
I'm not like you.
Really? And how else are you gonna survive? I say accept who you are, let's get out there, find out who's doing this, and cut some fucking throats!
All of the clues have always pointed this from Scream 2022 because of how often that they called out Psycho references and intertwined it into Scream 5. Now let's just face it too, Sidney Prescott is the ultimate #1 final girl of all time. The only way that she can be considered at risk or have someone take her out is if they raise a counterpart antagonist that is on the same level as her. And we've got to see that in the last 2 films with Sam rising up as a final girl. And with that psychiatric break, it would be not only heartbreaking, but Sidney would have a run for her money. This would bring us full circle, a descendant of a Prescott victim consumed by the original evil. The mask literally becomes inherited. Now, whether these theories pan out to be true or not, we've kind of gotten very close to them in the past when talking about the previous films, including talking about how to save Scream 7 when we had the big fallout and us calling out that, hey, Kirby Reed spinoff would be perfect. And there's talks about that. Now, Scream 7 isn't just another sequel, it's going to be a reckoning. Not just for the film audience that's attending and watching, but also for the studio who is desperately grasping on how to fix all of their mistakes. And the ghost of Woodsboro crawling back out, and every survivor, every family, and every legacy could become suspect in the next film, would play out very nicely. Because in Scream, as we know, no one really dies, a la Randy returning in Scream 3. They just wait for that next sequel to pop up and rise again. And if you factor in how many times Chad should have died, or Dewey should have died, yeah, there's always a reason that we could bring somebody back and kind of make it logical. Just look at the new Dexter show that's out on Paramount. Now, before you go, just to drop a couple of things, we're going to get into some Scream content, and we're going to do a bigger 2-part theory with the return of Popcorn Theory, where we're going to explore Stu's motive in Scream 7 and his accomplice. Maybe that's Kirby Reed. Tune in for that. That's coming very soon. Don't forget now to drop your like on this video, drop a comment. Remember to subscribe to the channel. Your interaction with the video helps us grow this channel, and thank you for all of those that have done that in the past. Also, be on the lookout for our Game Found campaign for the Stream the board game. The artwork is almost done, and we're going to be announcing some of the prices soon and officially kicking off that campaign. So go over there and follow us there so that you can be one of the first to sign up for that game once it's available. And as always, until the next, see ya.